Fani Willis colluded with anti-Trump January 6th committee to fabricate narrative, destroy evidence. So much corruption. They're doing everything they can to try to get rid of Trump. They know that he's going to win the 2024 election unless they do some shenanigans. So to prevent him from winning, they're doing everything they can to make sure that he will be arrested before 2024. And no one's talking about why the Biden administration, why Biden is using black women to come after Trump. But he's using black women to come after Trump because no one else will do it. Because they have to fabricate this narrative. They have to fabricate evidence. Look at what's going on with Letitia James in New York and how they devalued his Mar-a-Lago estate just so they can say he committed fraud. Everyone knows that their Mar-a-Lago estate is worth more than $18 million. Look at all the other it's land in that area that's way more than that with no housing on top of it. So of course his Mar-a-Lago is going to be more than $18 million. And it's just ridiculous how they're coming after this man and they're using black women to do it. Again, because they are the only one that will do it, because they will make up these charges. So we're going to talk a little bit about this, the collusion here. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from Slay News, the great Frank Bergman. And he reports that a bombshell new congressional report has been published that shows Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis secretly colluded with the Democrats' January 6th committee to fabricate a narrative against President Donald Trump and destroy exonerating evidence before Republicans could review it. And that's their motive operandi. They always destroy evidence that will exonerate people that they're going against. We see it time and time again. But the January 6th initial findings report was published by Rep. Barry Loudermilk, a Republican from Georgia, on Monday. Loudermilk is the chairman of the Committee on House Administration Subcommittee on Oversight. Quote, for nearly 2 years, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi January 6th Select Committee promoted hearsay and cherry-picked information to promote its political goal to legislatively prosecute former President Donald Trump, Chairman Loudermilk said in a statement on Monday. Quote, it was no surprise that the Select Committee final report focused primarily on former President Trump and his supporters, not the security failures and reforms needed to ensure the United States Capitol is safer today than in 2021. The American people deserve the entire truth about what caused the violent breach at the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021, Loudermilk concluded. It is unfortunate the Select Committee succumbed to their political inclinations and chased false narratives instead of providing the important work of a genuine investigation. In my committee's investigation, it is my objective to uncover the facts about January 6 without political bias or spin. My report today is just the beginning. The Oversight Committee also announced the release of the report in a post on X, so they tweeted it out here. The report was filled with new evidence that exposes a culture of dishonest and partisan efforts by Pelosi, the Democrats, and their anti-Trump Republican allies, former reps Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. And it's no wonder why they're no longer in government. Republicans gave them rhinos to boot, and rightfully so. As Slay News reported earlier, Loudermilk discovered that the January 6th Select Committee hid exonerating evidence related to President Trump. The committee members buried evidence confirming Trump's defense that he pushed for the National Guard to deploy at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. So that totally destroys their narrative that Trump wanted the riot, a so-called riot, or so-called insurrection, or whatever they're calling it nowadays. He actually called for the National Guards, and Pelosi said no. However, as the buried evidence proved, Trump's requests were rejected by Pelosi. Washington, D.C. Democrat Mayor Muriel Bowser and the Capitol Police. Loudermilk also discovered that President Trump's motorcade driver disproved fabricated claims from the Democrat star witness Cassidy Hutchinson. Hutchinson had provided false testimony alleging that Trump grabbed the steering wheel of the Beast and assaulted a Secret Service agent on January 6th. I mean, come on now. The corporate media repeatedly spread Hutchinson's deceitful story, but failed to later correct the record after it was proved to be false. You know, the mainstream media don't correct their records, especially if it goes against their narrative. Also in the report, Loudermilk reveals evidence that Georgia's Get Trump prosecutor Fani Willis held secret meetings with the January 6th committee, and that is huge, huge, huge. So again, she's meeting with them, she's meeting with Vice President Harris. Biden is running this thing. Biden is coming after Trump. This is all Biden administration. She also participated in numerous calls with the sham committee members. The evidence shows that the January 6th committee shared videos with Willis, which were then deleted to prevent Republican lawmakers from reviewing the recordings. How are they allowed to delete evidence like that? How are they allowed to get away with stuff like that? But this information was published on pages 49 and 50 of the report. Quote, Politico also reported that Fani Willis' staff met with the Select Committee in April 2022 and participated in multiple phone calls with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, the report revealed. The same video recordings that the Fulton County District Attorney requested were never archived by the Select Committee. Of course not. And although no additional communications between the Select Committee and the Fulton County District Attorney Office were archived by the Select Committee, the prospect of the Select Committee sharing video recordings of witness interviews with Willis, but not the subcommittee, remains particularly concerning. So why wouldn't you share it with the committee? The subcommittee has opened an investigation into the extent of the coordination between Willis and the Select Committee and is committed to uncovering answers to these questions. I mean, it's just coming out more and more that Fani Willis is even more corrupt than what we originally thought. I mean, she is so corrupt. That's why they are using her to go after Trump, because she has no morals. She doesn't mind lying, and we know that through her own testimonies about what's going on with her own situation. She's a despicable, evil person. That's exactly why the Biden administration used her to go after Trump. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.